Pistons fans, what's going on? It's your boy King, man. Listen, hey, our team fell short in game 2 of the preseason. I told you guys before, it's not about wins and losses right now. It's about getting yourself into a rhythm and flow and seeing what you got out there. And today, it has some ups and downs, but there is some players that I want to highlight tonight. One of them is Jaden Ivey. Let's talk about it.
Hey, King paying for gas.
All right, so let's look at it, man, right? Great atmosphere tonight. Played at Michigan State. Izzo was in the house. I mean, great atmosphere. Pistons started out well. We were going toe-to-toe, with the starters for the Suns. They played all their starters. And they played them a while, actually, all the way into the third quarter. So the Detroit Pistons started well. Ivy continues to impress. We're going to get to that in a second. But K had a tough game. Tough game from K. Did have a highlight dunk, but other than that, just finding his teammates, passing the basketball. Only one turn tonight, which I'll take any night. But 8 assists from K tonight. K just didn't have it going tonight. So, I mean, it is what it is. I do expect game 1 of the season. I expect these guys to go full throttle. Listen, other guys on the roster not knocking down shots. Tim Hardaway Jr. can't throw a rock in the ocean. He did hit 1 or 2 today, I believe, but it's just not been good. Fontecchio today, he knocked down 2, but he shot 5. But the mid rangers and going to the basket was, just atrocious. It was atrocious today. If he's not set up for a 3-point shot, man, it's like he gets lost out there at times. So, it just wasn't good. We had a good start. We had the flow going. Guys were passing the ball. Teamwork. Jalen Duren was getting easy buckets at the basket because at first they would not let him anywhere near it. But, the Pistons moving the basketball. They continue to do that. They played some hard-nosed defense in that first half. I don't have any complaints, man. It's just some nights it just ain't gonna be there. And tonight, we just couldn't throw a rock in the ocean for some reason in the second half. So that third quarter came for us, like it did in the past. But I don't have any problem with that because we have guys that will be able to provide us buckets in those type of situations. You got to remember, Tobias Harris was brought here for those type of situations. Beasley was bought here for those type of situations. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not necessarily worried about it, but they'll have the opportunity to show these young guys how to get it done when you're going through that. You keep playing defense because I noticed when these guys were not making as many buckets, the defense kind of slowed down. And that's what you don't want to see, especially from a young team like that. You got to keep at it. You got to keep going. You got to create fast breaks. When the Pistons were running tonight, they played the best. And they got to keep that going. And that starts on the defensive end. So to create those opportunities. And, in the second half, we just didn't see it. So, yeah, we end up losing this game. By the end of the third quarter, it's pretty much over. The starters had got a nice sizable lead on us. And then that's where you see all the reserve guys come in. So, but listen, Jaden Ivey, is something that I've talked about, something that my guy Deuce has talked about, several other content creators. Jaden Ivey, I truly do believe is going to toss his hat into that most improved player category. And go for that award because, like I said, I it's never been a problem with effort from Ivy. The only thing that was holding Ivy back was Monty Williams. That's what was holding, that's the only thing that was holding Ivy back. He's gonna bring the dog every night. You know, whether he's missing shots or not, he's gonna bring the dog every single night. But another thing is that, you know, him playing point guard, I really like. I really like him playing point guard and having the ball in his hands. He's finding teammates. He speeds up the offense. Where, in kind of contrast to that, Cade kind of slows the offense down. So I think situational basketball is something that Bickerstaff can use between the two. But I definitely love when Ivy has the basketball in his hands. You know, and he's attacking that basket, finding guys, setting guys up for great shots, you know, playing both sides of the basketball, those things. And if you continue to do that and do it at a high level, man, you're going to be really good in this league. And I think that's where Ivy is heading right now. I just got a feeling he's going to have a big season this season as far as improvement. And that's what's going to throw his hat into that bag. So, man, real high hopes for Ivy during to show that improvement and become those players, or start to become those players that we all know that they can be. During, for what it was worth tonight, you know, had a couple of issues down there. You know, turned the ball over 4 times tonight, but it's just going to be battles, man. It's going to be learning experiences. Got to continue to work on his game around the basket, that footwork, you know, how to use that athleticism and size to his advantage. There was a couple of opportunities where I feel like he could have dunked. One of them was on Kevin Durant. You know, just got to go a little bit harder at that rim, you know. So, but yeah, he played pretty well tonight. Ended up with 17 points, and pretty much was where he was supposed to be today. So, you know, no complaints for me there. But other guys, you know, that as far as our shooters, they got to show up. You know what I'm saying? Tim Hardaway Jr. got to show up. You know, he is a streaky shooter. We know what he is, right? More often not on than on these days. But when he gets hot, he gets hot. And, you know, at any given time, that can happen. And that's what you bring him here for. Ron Holland tonight, you know, obviously not on the offensive end, was impressive. But again, on the defensive end, man, definitely showed that grit and that dog in himself. You know, got into somewhat of a tussle. You know, guys were frustrated. And that's what you can do. You know, that's what we talked about last video. You come in, you do those type of things, you'll be able to get on the basketball court. You know, come be that Tony Allen type of guy, the Gary Payton type of guy, you know, on defense. Come be that, you know, and that'll keep you on the basketball court. So we need that. We need guys to deal with guys like the Bradley Beals of the world. You're not going to deal with Kevin Durant. No one's going to deal with Kevin Durant. You just got to let it happen. That's just what it is, man. But for the other guys, yeah, you got an opportunity to try to slow them guys down. And like I said, tonight in the second half, it just got away. So, but Jaden Ivey continues to impress me. Continues to play free basketball. He is unhinged. I love to see it. I absolutely love to see it, man. So we're going to keep a close eye on his consistency this season. That's the biggest thing right there. Night in and night out, coming in, being consistent, and, you know, being one of the leaders of this team. Right now, we don't have no numero uno in my book. You know, whether K was drafted #1 overall or not, we don't have a numero uno. We don't get to pick a numero uno until we start winning games. Right now, everybody's at the same level. Come in here, show me what you can do, win some basketball games. And then we can talk about all of that later, which really don't matter anyway when you're playing team basketball. So with that said, short, simple, and sweet. Let me know what you guys thought about tonight's game if you had an opportunity to watch it. And if not, there you have it. With that said, I hope you guys have a blessed night, and I'll see you guys at the next game. Peace.